Well, it looks like Carrie Buck and Marilyn Anderson's campaign supporters, campaign team, along with Linda Manion and union supporters, have decided that they are going to not only attack me with lies and slanderous statements, but they're also now going after my children. They also would prefer to disparage Dr. Alex Chernus and the three school board members of Leandra, Todd, and Sean instead of supporting the good work that they are doing in creating lies instead and making statements that are simply untrue or do not have the ability to follow through with things like what they are considering transparency, which was revealing human resources issues, which they know, even though they keep asking for it, they know that it's illegal for an employer to release anything related to human resources issues. And so I wanted to share with you some of the things that are happening. They've created a video, which they had given to my children's friends. And so now it's causing grief for my children in the school. And they've also made statements in social media that are simply untrue. So I want to share with you a little bit of this information and the people that are doing it and why this is slanderous and libel in nature. First of all, just the people I'm going to be talking about a little in this video, and that's Sonia D., Daniel and Todd Botley, Carrie Brunel, and Patricia Hanzo. We'll revisit them in just a few minutes. But let me just first let you know what defamation is in California and the legalities behind it. And I will, in this video, be able to lay a foundation of meeting the 4 facts and 4 criteria for a defamation lawsuit. The 4 things you must prove: number 1, that someone made a false statement or purported fact about you, that the statement was made, published to a third party, and that includes social media. 3, that the person who made the statement did so negligently, recklessly, or intentionally, which is the case in this matter that I'm bringing up to you, and that as a result of the statement, your reputation was damaged. Just to let you know what the difference is between libel and slander, the main difference is whether a defamation statement was made verbally, which is slander, or in writing or other tangible medium, which is libel. Now, they've done both. They have told people verbally at meetings, waiting for their children to come out of school. I've been told this by people who have heard them talking, the same people that I'm going to be talking about later on today. And plus, they have put it in writing, which is the thing I'm going to be able to share with you today. So again, these women are Patricia Hanzo, which is one of the leading offenders of this type of thing, not only with me, but many of the school board members I just mentioned, and Dr. Alex Chernus and the other superintendents. You got Daniel and Todd Botley, who apparently as a team apparently love to slander people and speak lies, and which I'm going to share a doozy that was shared by either Danielle or Todd or both. And then you have Sonia D, and you got Carrie Brunel, all of them. There's a 5th one I'm going to mention, but because her social media had a bunch of her children on there, which apparently are under 18, which again, as you'll notice and you'll hear from one of my videos, that I have a policy of not showing any pictures of children that are under 18. All right, so these are 4 examples of some of these women. I think the one in the hat is Patricia Hanzo, if I'm not mistaken, but people have told me that's her. But these are the women that are out in front of schools, and these are some of the signs they hold, which are undermining the good work, again, of the superintendent and his team, the executive staff, and those 3 school board members. And this is what they decide to do. They have decided that they're going to take it upon themselves, maybe under the direction of Carrie Buck and Marilyn Anderson, to do everything they can to cause as much chaos as possible so that they in turn can then say, look, these people are causing chaos in the name of Dr. Chernus and the 3 school board members. When in fact, they are simply doing their job, and these folks, 4 of them, and there's probably 4 or 5 others in addition to these women, who are the ones who are causing chaos. This video that I'm going to show you, this is what I actually said, and I want you to hear what I say because it's going to come in handy because these are true statements, and what you're going to read in the social media post are lies and mistruths trying to harm my character and reputation. So here's the first video in what I said. Have contacted me. Many parents have contacted the school district and said, El Dorado High School is unsafe. Many of the rules are not being followed. And one of those rules I pointed out to the district and to Joey was that the fact that he was not following the dress code. Now, he sends me an email, oddly enough, and that is one that says, I've logged in Aries this year 27 violations of the dress code, so I don't know what you're talking about. And I laughed in my email back to him and on a previous recording where, in fact, that's what she was complaining about, that you got to be kidding me, that you, in 1 year, you filed 27 violations of the dress code. And my response was that any parent could sit in front of the school as they are dropping off their child, because you do have to stop the vehicle to let your child out. And during that time of stopping to let your child out, you could see, because there's so many kids that are coming in just before school starts, you can see more than 27 violations just while sitting there. So as you heard and possibly saw, is that I said that any parent could be sitting in front of the school and see violations of the dress code. Again, because these people apparently have sex on the mind, or their mind immediately goes to, with anything, a pornographic type of thought, that apparently to them that means that I'm looking for naked girls walking around the school, which is not anything close to what I said. You'll see in their comments that that's what they assume. But because of who they are, these are the same women that want pornography in our elementary school libraries. They speak about it at the school board meetings. These are things that they fight for and have fought for, and disparage, again, many members of the community who are fighting against pornography in our schools. But again, in my statement, I said any parent could, during the time that they're dropping off their child, see more than 27 violations of the dress code, which means that there's maybe a t-shirt that has a Budweiser logo on it, or a middle finger somewhere, which I've seen several times, and those are violations of the dress code. Sure, you'll find that some girls are walking in with strapless tops, or their midriff showing, which again, you don't have to be looking or staring or ogling in order to realize that some of these children are out of policy when it comes to the dress code. And these are not my words necessarily. These are the words of several emails, text messages, and parents who have contacted me in regard to the problem with the dress code not being followed at El Dorado. Again, it's not just me, but I was able to bring up several emails and text message screenshots. Those are the pictures, the screenshots of the messages of the parents who sent me the message to ask me if I could talk to the superintendent or send an email on their behalf, because they are afraid of what's happening to me currently happening to them. So they were hoping that I would be able to do that for them. So those are the pictures that I referred to of the screenshots of their messages. The next video is from another video that, again, they are attempting to claim something which is not true in order to damage my reputation. So listen to this video, and then I'll respond to what it is that they wrote, not only in social media, but have shared verbally to other parents. So these videos and pictures, some of them I can't show you because they are pictures of children that are under 18. So I'm not going to show you them, but they are pictures of boys in the girls' locker rooms. There is a drag show, a dancer at the last two dances that they've had at El Dorado. There's of course, the LGBTQ issues, the flags and the posters that are posted in some of the teachers' classrooms that are inappropriately placed. And I've written them about the narcotics stuff. So once again, I talked about pictures of kids that are at school because they're under 18, not because they're naked, not because they are in any type of compromising position, but solely because they are under the age of 18. I did not want to share them publicly in a YouTube video. And that is the reasoning. It's not because of any of the things that you're going to see where they cut up a video and again sent it to my kids' friends and made sure that as many people as possible to affect the reputation, cause embarrassment to my children by lying and cutting up a video in a way that made it sound like I said something that I did not. The other thing that you need to notice, and you can't see it necessarily on this one, but you see that in these other videos is that, or not in the videos, but in the screenshots that I took, is that every one of the pictures that I received from parents and children, I did not take them, nor that I buy them. These were sent to me by parents and children at El Dorado High School and teachers, by the way. And every one of those pictures, which they are claiming to be something that they're not, was sent to Joey Davis, the assistant principal at El Dorado, is another person. They, in some cases, were sent to counselors at El Dorado. They were also sent to superintendents, not just Dr. Alex Chernis, but to Matthews and El Sasser. They were sent to every school board member, and they were even sent to assistant superintendents. And so every one of those pictures that I talked about, Carrie Buck and Marilyn Anderson have the very same picture. So if you are trying to claim that I have something that I shouldn't have, then you need to also then discuss this with these other people who have the very same pictures that the parents sent me, that some of them they sent, some of them I forwarded, and everybody knows where they're at. And the authorities have every one of these pictures. Again, this is a slanderous lie. Number one, that they are children in compromising positions or they're naked. That is not true. No such type of picture exists and never has, and I never referred to it in any of these videos. So here's Danielle and Todd Vaughtley, again, with their slanderous statement that says, you really want to cite a guy who openly put on video that he has pictures of naked girls in the locker rooms. In either one of those videos, did you hear me say that I have naked girls and pictures on my computer in the videos? No, that did not happen. No matter what he said, I'd say 10 feet away. What about Angela Eilers, which again, I didn't have her social media put up there because again, she has too many children in her pictures. So again, because they're under 18, I did not want to picture that one. She writes, he speaks like he knows more than most, or he is spreading rumors too. If he knows more than the rest of us about HR issues, someone is feeding him this information. So I wanted to read this one out because the video, which is the information that I have, that I cited, is true. That is not slanderous. And it's not libel because, and I'm not liable because this information is in fact, and it's what is out there publicly, and I'm only sharing it in a video which is already out there and people already knew. The chief of police at Placentia PD was contacted. Everybody knows that what I shared in that video about the hostile work environment that Joey Davis was accused of by these police officers is true. And so what happens when you spread truth, then these people have to come back with lies because they do not like the truth being shared. Carrie Brunel, underneath Angela Eilers, says, this is the guy who talks about having photos of inside the girls' locker room at Eldo. He also claims to watch the girls as they come into school, checking for clothing violation. In neither one of those videos did I ever say that I sit out in front of the school checking for clothing violations. My statement was that any parent, as many of the parents that sent those emails that you saw on the screen that I forwarded and took screenshots of their statements, is what I was speaking of. That any parent could, while sitting out in front of the school, see these violations. Carrie Burnell is lying about my statement and making it sound as if I said something about that I sit out in front of the school. I never said that. Angela Eilers goes on again with another statement on another social media post. And these are just a few of the hundreds of screenshots of their statements slandering me and, again, the list of people that I told you before. Here she says, the video where he said he had pictures of students on his computer and was watching girls walk into school. Again, I never said that. I don't trust the guy. And then she goes on and says it's not facts. It just helps fuel more rumors. The information that she says is speculative, is not facts, is not true. What I told you is true. I've been in law enforcement for several decades. I investigated criminal matters and have done so for 40 years, 4 decades. And I know the difference between a fact and speculation or untruths. And I would only share with you the facts as I have found them to be true through statements, direct statements from people, pictures, videos, screenshots, and statements by the authorities that I just told you about, where these facts are true. One more from Carrie Brunel, and I'm just going to focus in on the middle part where she says, she's talking about the school board members saying that they hide facts and treat our staff like crap while supporting creepers who admits to watching girls outside the schools. Number one, the school board and myself do not hide facts. When we can share facts, we share facts. Unlike the school board or the district, which is held to a different standard in regard to human resources matters, it is illegal for them to share these things that cause them not to renew contracts, where all 5 of the school board members voted not to renew these contracts. Again, I'll say this one more time. All 5 voted to not renew the contracts of the principals who are being released or being reassigned, voted for not renewing their contracts. I know I'm repeating myself, but I want to make sure that it's very clear. And so they are not hiding facts. They cannot share human resources. I can, because I'm a private citizen, and the facts that I have are true, and there's no one who's going to be able to dispel any of the facts that I have given you. And then the last part of that, who admits to watching girls. Nowhere in any of those videos did I say that I watch girls. Again, a slanderous statement that is what they're all liable for. And again, I have several more of these screenshots. And so this is one of many videos that I'm going to share with you about these supporters and campaign workers for Carrie Buck and Marilyn Anderson. Carrie Buck, as a matter of fact, has gone over to the Coachella Valley Unified School District and has been doing everything she can to work on the recall of Sonia Shaw over at Chino Valley School District. And so just because she's over there actively doing that does not mean she's not actively doing it here. Here, she just has other people do her dirty work, which we can see in these messages and those the marches and convincing the children at Esperanza that there is no reason why that principal has been, his contract has not been renewed. I have 6 reasons why his contract has been renewed, and I will be sharing those with you too, because those 2 are also facts. Apparently, when they say they want transparency, they want to use that to make you all think, who are watching this, that they are trying to hide something. Again, they cannot share human resources, but I can, and I do have the facts behind the contract not being renewed by Principal Giles over at Esperanza, and apparently they want his dirty laundry shared publicly, and so we'll be more than happy to do that, considering they have been screaming for it and asking for it, and so they apparently just want that to happen. All right, my friends, so I hope this helps you understand about a little bit what's going on. These people are attacking me, my children. They will not stop. They will also attack you if you decide that you want to support all the great things that are happening PYLUSD. And I understand that some of you just decide that you don't want to partake or listen or hear, but I'm telling you, these are the facts. These are the people that are causing the chaos. There's a lot of great things happen at PYLUSD. All right, friends, hope this helps. Thanks. Bye.